Hello. So this is my second vlog about my creative research project, and do I have something stuck in my teeth? Nope. Okay. Yeah. Oh, first off, I wanted to clear up something because I'm dumb, and when I was making the last vlog, I said that the time frame was between mid to late 1600s. That is a lie. It's mid to late 16th century. I just mixed them up. So it's the 1500s. It's the 16th century. Yes. So that's how that works. Math. Yeah. So if that confused anybody, then that's the answer. It's the 16th century. I suppose now I should kind of discuss the overall plan type dealy. My computer's sending me messages about crap I need to update, and I'm like, go away! I don't want to deal with you right now because you're stupid. Yeah. So as I said before, my kind of specialty when writing fiction is science fiction, speculative fiction, stuff like that. I'm not really into historical fiction. I like reading it, but I'm not big into writing it because it's a lot of work to do all that research. So I was extremely concerned about this project because I knew it had to be historical, and I was just so afraid of getting things wrong, because this is not only is this like an actual story, like a novella, but it's also part of like my academic performance. Like it's a part of my schooling. So it's actually, if I write a terrible story, or if I write a terrible book and I put it out there for other people, then I wrote a terrible book. I've never done that because everything I write is amazing. So amazing. No, I'm lying. But I've never done it and then caught myself. I've done it a couple times in a couple creative writing classes where I put out something that I was just like, no. But that's like a different spectrum. And we're always like the most critical on ourselves, like our own endeavors. I think any creative type, we're always the most critical on ourselves. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it's so that we keep on improving ourselves. It's like the strive of any writer or artist or musician. Any creative endeavor you can do, you always judge yourself the harshest. You're your own toughest critic. As lame and cliche as that sounds, but I'm digressing. Let's move back to what I'm actually supposed to be talking about. So I was so concerned with like getting things wrong, and therefore it translating into like a terrible mark on my whole project. I'm still concerned about things being wrong, and I'm still concerned about the presentation of my work like not being up to par, because it is like so weirdly sensitive. I'm not usually sensitive about my work, but in a way it's still like you put in so much effort and you create something and you're just like, here it is, and I don't know, it's hard to explain. But I consider myself a pretty hard-shelled person. Like I can take constructive criticism pretty well. I can take terrible criticism, like people just being jerks, pretty well too, because generally I have a sense of humor about it. But it's different when it's a product of your own creation, that's completely your own. So when I was doing the research for the project, and I'm still not done all of the research for the project. I'm still constantly referring back to things, and like as I hastily try and finish what I'm doing, like I become terrified that I've gotten things wrong, and it's like it's almost like writing an essay that you're not prepared for. Like you're so fearful that you'll have the wrong answer and that it'll screw you up. So with that in mind, and with my absolute terror of writing historical fiction, I decided to almost split the story, not down the middle, but into sections, like, and make it not about reincarnation, but about somebody with memories that weren't theirs. So the main character has been reincarnated, or however you want to phrase it, like has a past life where they were a painter during the Italian Renaissance, and they come across this woman, and you know, I'm not going to say the entire plot to my story, but I wanted to have that option of moving away from the scenes where historical accuracy had to be prevalent, had to be there, so that I could like give myself a break from it and move into what kind of inspires me most, or what I'm happy with the most, which is like the intense drama moments where a character spends like 10 minutes staring at the floor thinking about their life and like crying on the inside. That doesn't happen in the book. It's just a nice image to keep in your mind. Yeah, so I wanted to have that ability to take a step back from the historical fiction aspect, from the aspect that was stressing me out, and move into a realm which I understood better, which ironically is speculative fiction. The idea that reincarnation is an actual thing, and that this person is remembering things that didn't happen during their lifetime, and it's feeling these emotions that aren't really theirs. That's like, those are the kind of stories that I like reading. Like I like reading everything, or read anything. It doesn't matter what it is, but those are the stories that kind of sit with me, and those are the stories that I enjoy writing, where you're basically moving, I don't know, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, so that was my intent behind the setup of the story, like why it is the way it is. And hopefully it all turns out. Hopefully I finish it on time. Beyond that, I had like other considerations, so that because I'm presenting it to the class, but we don't speak on it really. Like we get like 2 minutes and we discuss like the progress of like what we did, kind of thing. But it's difficult presenting a creative project that is a literary work in that regard, because it's something that people have to sit down with and they have to read, and unfortunately you don't get that option. So I was like looking into making it a free book on Amazon, and that way if my classmates or if my instructor were interested, they could just go and download it and read it, and that way I'm also not pushing my project on people who aren't necessarily interested in what I have to say, or my vision of whatever this is. Don't know. yeah. So, because I suppose that's it, kind of, for now. We'll check back in soon.